Hey guys, it's Nina, and today I'm going to talk about Tell Me Three Things. This is gonna be a little book talk review thing. I'm gonna start off with like non-spoily stuff and then like get into spoily stuff, so I will let you know when the spoilers come if you have not already read this book. So let's get into it. So the first thing I like to talk about on any book is the cover. Is the cover appealing? So, to me, this book cover is definitely appealing. I love everything about it. I love the cute little waffles. First off, I love that they're in the shape of a heart. They're not just like plain boring waffles. It looks like it has like powdered sugar or something put on top. And I like that there's bites and then there's a whole one, like two halves and a whole. I like how the title is split up, and I like how the author's name isn't like overwhelmingly big. I like that the background is kind of plain. It doesn't like shout at things, but it does have a little something in there, so it's not just plain white, but it gives you something. So back here it has like messages from this book. So everything in this cover is beautiful to me. I really like this cover. I give it a 4 stars out of 5. Now, moving on to what this book is about. This book is about a girl named Jessie whose mom has passed away, and her father is trying to move on and find another significant other. And so he meets this woman named Rachel and moves across the country to be with her and get married to her. And so Jessie has to get used to new friends, new school, and a new person who's not her mother. So obviously that's going to be hard for any teenager, but she kind of tries to deal with it by messaging this guy who is anonymous, and he messages her and doesn't want to tell who he is, so they IM back and forth and become really close. And she kind of has this crush on him because, you get close to people if you talk to them every day. But she doesn't know who he is. So this whole book, she's trying to figure out, like, who is this guy? And there's, like, 3 different guys that she's like, maybe it could be him, maybe it could be him, maybe it could be him. And then, like, she convinces herself it's one person, but she wants it to be somebody else. And there's some drama, obviously, because of the stepmom and the stepbrother. And there's drama with her friends and trying to make friends. There's this bitch in the story that's kind of just, like, the antagonist that you just want to, like, stab in the face because she's one of those mean girls, you know what I mean? You know what I mean. So we have a lot of juicy drama and an interesting plot to go with here. So if that sounds like a cutesy contemporary that you are into, I would suggest this book. I've never read anything by Julie Bauman. I don't know how you say her last name, but I did enjoy this book. Overall, I give this book a 3.75 stars. It wasn't something that, like, blew my mind, but it wasn't terrible. It was really fun and light, and I did enjoy it. I have nothing really against the book. It just wasn't, like, amazing. For those of you who haven't read this, skip over what I'm going to say now. Maybe just don't watch the rest of the video and go read the book and then come back to this. So, one thing that did annoy me in this book was Jessie is so blind. And I know, like, the author kind of wrote it to be this way. Like, there's so many signs that point to SN being Ethan. And she's, like, convinced it's Caleb because, like, she saw him messaging at the same time. Like, that doesn't even really, it doesn't make sense. Because, like, so many people could have been messaging at that time. And for her to just convince herself it's him because of that is just, like, And literally, when he showed up at the bookstore, he was not interested, like, at all about really talking to her. He was just looking for Liam. So for her to, like, convince herself that and then ignore all the signs pointing to everybody else kind of really annoyed me, because you were just screaming at the character, like, it's not him. Stop. You know? You know what I mean? One thing that also troubled me is that when they refer to Ethan, everybody in the book is like, oh, he's troubled, oh, don't go near him, oh, like, he's not the one for you, kind of deal. Like, they kind of, like, make him seem like this terrible person, like, he's, like, into drugs and everything. And that kind of set me off from the character, just because of the biased opinions that were being thrown about him, even though we know that's not actually accurate, and that he isn't into drugs, and by troubled, like, his brother died. So I liked the character Ethan, I do, but having other people say negative things kind of put me off from the character, and I feel like it should have put her off too, but she wasn't put off by that. Like, does that make any sense? Like, I know that, like, that's judgmental or whatever, but, like, that would put me off from having that negative vibe. It would just be like, oh. So, like, that kind of made me not love Ethan as much. If that makes sense. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't like that she acted like a 3-year-old when it came to her dad. Like, her dad's grieving too, and she's kind of just adding on to, like, his bad situation already. Like, he's trying to move on, and she's acting like she's too. And I understand, like, the whole struggle for her and everything, but to make it worse on her dad and act out like that and just be, like, a douche made me a little angry. But other than that, like, there wasn't, like, huge problems I had with this story. I did like this story, so don't get the wrong idea. Those were just little things that I had problems with. On the bright side, I did like the couple. I did like Jesse and Ethan. I mean, that's who you want to root for. That's who I rooted for. I was kind of let down that Liam was kind of all, like, lovey-dovey about her, and she was like, no thanks. So that kind of made me sad. I respected Caleb for taking a step back as a friend and being like, oh no, like, I don't want to get coffee with you, you know, that would be kind of rude of me since Liam likes you. I respected that. I really liked that in this book. I liked that Adriana and Agnes kind of welcomed her into their group, and that even though she had a crush on Liam, she gave her the go-ahead, like, if that is who this SN is, like, go for it, you know. She was being a supportive friend. I would have been like, bitch, don't you touch him. That is my man. That's my crush. No. So I support the friendship that they had. And I like that they addressed Scarlett and her's relationship and how that put a strain on their relationship and everything, and how it affected Scar for her moving away. Scar had to make new friends too. So I respect that of the book. So yeah, overall, this book, 3.75. It was a good, cutesy contemporary. I don't really love cutesy contemporaries as much anymore as I did when I was like 15. But if you guys are looking for something cutesy and contemporary with a bit of drama, like, I would reach for this. I would recommend this to my friends. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comment, and have a wonderful day. Bye!